Welcome back, everybody, as we get ourselves into game number 2. Lacoste, it's a best of 3. It's Liquid against Vici Gaming. And Vici are 1 loss away from elimination.
I did not expect that, but it doesn't feel like the Vici team that I'm used to see. Not sure what's wrong. From what I see, Tusk, AA again, feels like they want to run a tri-lane with AA. Otherwise, AA is going to be really weak, especially in those 2 versus 2 scenarios. If you get a hero like a Doom +1 against AA plus whatever, you're not going to win that lane.
You're just going to get run at. Get destroyed. So Doom PL, opener for Liquid. Phantom Lancer, very, very early pick. What does the PL bring to the table here? Just evasiveness? Get away from Snowball and Shards, I guess?
Exactly. These 2 supports don't provide any kind of a lockdown for a Phantom Lancer. So pretty elusive hero. They banned out 11's hero. Both of them, actually. Axe, really good in the laning stage, and mid, also in the late game against the Phantom Lancer with his counter Helix. Same goes for Legion Commander.
And both Blade Mail carriers as well.
Yes.
That could work, or could have worked wonders. Vici banning an Oracle, and now deciding on their final ban in this second phase. I guess with the PL here and the Doom, and like you mentioned, with these supports not offering you too much in the way of secure, consistent lockdown, it forces the hand of Vici to pick core heroes with it as well. I mean, DK against PL, it feels okay. You've got splash damage, you've got that immediate stun after blink, but it feels like Liquid are forcing you to do this. This is perhaps not your game plan from the get-go, but the draft is definitely being maneuvered by Liquid already.
Improvise, adapt, overcome. That's the few words of wisdom I can give you, Jerry.
I'm going to get that tattooed to my chest, mate.
If someone has that sign in their house, live, laugh, love, you just immediately leave their house. Like, you're going to stop being friends with them.
I know a guy who bought one of those posters, and his girlfriend thinks it says live, laugh, love, but it says live, laugh, lube.
That's the kind of a guy I want to be a friend with. Not because of the lube, but because of his humor, of course. So,
still hasn't noticed.
So Windranger picked up. Well, she can be played at mid. Probably going to be played at mid, but still really versatile pick. They can put Doom and the Windranger. A lot of kill potential with these 2. A lot of slow as well. Orb of Venom on a Windranger. Then you get close to use Doom's Infernal Blade, especially on a hero like an AA who has no escape mechanism whatsoever.
And before you get points in Vortex, very, very slow on his feet as well, isn't he? The old ice cream cone.
He does not have a feet, Gary.
You're absolutely right. I'm an idiot. He's slow on his icicles. He just floats around, doesn't he? He's one of the floaters. What a magical man. 4th pick, though, for Vici Gaming. They've got a bit of tower push. They've got their DK across all 3 core positions. Could be slotted in. It feels like they need some team fight, though. Some big AoE to go up against the PL to deal with the Doom. Try and get things going. They've gone for a bit of save, though. Omni Knight, he's a very good kind of activation hero in team fights. He's not necessarily the same kind of Underlord, Tidehunter, team fight ulti hero, but he can enable your allies and your other cores.
I gotta stop you, Gary. This could be another good Slark game if they want to run Phantom Lancer on a mid lane. They have nothing
even
against the Slark. Nah, it's still good.
Okay.
I mean, AA is kind of counter to a Slark, but if they want to go for it, it's still a good pick. Like, Tusk is not that great of a hero against the Slark. Yes, he can use a Snowball. You just use your second spell to run away.
Dark Pact off the stun.
Yes, but I don't think they're going to go for it, but still an option. Since you have a Phantom Lancer, and both of them are playing around the same timing, though.
And the thing is, with the AA against Slark thing, in my head, it's kind of one of those counters, but it's an all or nothing counter, right?
Yes.
If the Ice Blast lands, good. If the Ice Blast misses, then what are you meant to do?
Yes.
You're just a hero in the middle of a...
Also, same concept for a Slark, decent Ember Spirit game, if they want to run it again.
Elusive heroes. That's what we've. That's I feel why Tusk had a long period, where he was very strong. Jirax, obviously one of the main proponents of that. And then he had this dip in popularity when people were picking, Puck and picking Queen of Pain, Phantom Lance, all of these heroes that just don't care about shards. Clockwork went the same way. Just heroes that can get in and out of those little pseudo-disables that trap you in a location rather than actually stunning you. I think Team Liquid could potentially look towards one of those themselves. The great thing is here, the Wind Ranger and the Doom, like you mentioned with the Wind Ranger, could be mid, could be the POS 4. Doom could also be like an offlane or a POS 4, right? They could switch things up.
Yes.
If they desperately need to.
So they're taking their time for their last pick before the ban. It feels like Vici Gaming is stuck in the previous patch. All these heroes were picked in the couple of previous patches. Omni Knight. Okay, so that's an old school counter to an Omni Knight. They just want to have this matchup. You use the static link on an Omni. Also have Purge for the Guardian Angel.
Where do you go as Vici Gaming? I could never call this final ban. Such a difficult spot to be in where you're like, Liquid could pick anything they want to.
5 seconds remaining.
And what do you need as Vici? Safe lane? A paparazzi? I mean, it's an Ori DK, I feel like 9 times out of 10 here. They banned Rubik, interestingly enough. I guess against all of these heroes, there are a number of spells that are amazing to steal. I think Repel is probably the biggest one. Quite an interesting ban out, though. Oh, it would have been super strong dual lanes, right? Lift into Static Link, and then the Wind Ranger Doom play the off lane, and you put the PL mid. Could have been big for them.
Yeah, their Doom Wind Ranger can play even against the tri-lane. They don't have the upper hand, so they decide to ban the Slark. They don't want to play it. Since they have a Razor and a Phantom Lancer, there's no room for Slark anyway.
What is there room for?
I think this is going to be a support Wind Ranger with the Doom, Phantom Lancer, and Razor. They can swap things around. They need one more hero. Even though I saw... who was it? GH, who was playing a Wind Ranger in a pub, just rushing Meteor Hammer. If you connect a Shackle, you have an extra stun, then a power shot. You can pretty much solo kill anyone. Okay, so the last hero, Keeper of the Light, which means...
Kuroki Wind Ranger?
Yes.
Does that move it into a Kotl Doom aggressive dual lane then?
No, I think they're going to lane Razor as a mid hero against the Dragon Knight. They want to have this matchup, and you have Phantom Lancer, Keeper of the Light, which is pretty old school. It's still strong, not as strong as before, and have Wind Ranger and Doom. So this is going to be probably their strongest laning stage with the heroes that they got.
Vici Gaming, they've not got long to decide what your answer is, and they've gone for Spectre, a hero that feels like it's in that camp of, oh god, what do we do? Let's pick Spectre, guys, and try and get into that mid to late game period. And here, up against PL, up against Razor and Kotl, they've got Blinding Light, they've got Shackles flying out.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a lane for Vici Gaming. They can't lane. Ideally for them, it would be Omni and Tusk, just to have this dual lane, but then you're forced to have AA and Spectre, which is extremely weak, which is awful.
It's a tough one. It is a toughie. I like Liquid's draft here. A little bit squishy. Across there, Kotl and Wind Ranger dual support. They don't offer a lot of real consistent team fight, but they definitely offer that laning stage poke and prod.
Yes. Okay, sorry, Gary. So one thing, if they want to force tri-lane versus tri-lane, they can put Phantom Lancer against the Dragon Knight, have Razor against Omni on the solo lane, and have Keeper of the Light, Wind Ranger, and Doom on one lane, and just pressure the Spectre. Spectre is really weak in the tri-lane scenarios. So either that or the dual lanes that I was talking about.
It's quite interesting having a Chilling Touch, Ancient Apparition, and only having AA as the ranged hero. They've got 4 melee heroes to go along with it, so...
They have a Snowball to close the gap,
yeah.
Also Spectral Dagger for the slow and extra move speed. AA Chilling Touch not as strong as before, especially level 1. It got nerfed a little bit.
Away we go, though. Game number 2. In this deciding match, best of 3. Liquid up against Vici. Kuroki over on the Keeper of the Light, so GH is the one on the Wind Ranger as they swap things up a little bit there. Mind Control is not on the Doom. They've also swapped this. Mind Control's on the Razor, and it is a Miracle Doom as they move down towards bottom lane with the Wind Ranger.
So,
and Matsu PL.
Yeah, so that means that they want to have Razor in 1 versus 1 scenario, probably. And have Phantom Lancer mid against that Dragonite, and have a tri-lane against the Spectre. Spectre's really weak. So
I think deja vu here. Feels like I've heard this. Not 20 seconds ago, Lacoste. Good call. So Fenrir, Ancient Apparition, Paparazzi Spectre. It feels like VG Gaming are wondering, do we swap? Like, look at them, right? They're looking for info. 11 is scouting. They're looking to see, can we find a hero? Do we know what lanes they're setting up as? Because Spectre and AA just don't want to go bot lane if they're facing an aggressive duo or tri-lane. But VG Gaming aren't getting any info. They're going to have to go into this blind, while Liquid, very far forward, playing aggressively in the Radiant jungle and looking for these bounty runes. Lanam holding the ramp up at top.
The first rule of swapping the lanes, start swapping as soon as you see, so you have an upper hand. If they decide to swap, you can react. If they TP, you TP back. Again, you have advantage. Oh, Kuroki. Oh, at least he gets the rune, right?
How is he allowed to do that? I mean, not only did he get the rune, but he got info. He knows that this tri-lane is up top, and you can see immediately Miracle and GH, they're moving. They're going up towards top lane, and they're not going to miss that many creeps because they started moving immediately. I think Kuroki's move there, giving up first one, 100% worth it. Bounty rune and that amount of information, beautiful.
And he also got the tip from Lanham.
Just the tip.
Well, you can feel it still. It's just a tip, but you can feel it.
Absolutely can. Paparazzi, Lanham, Fenrir, aggressive tri lane in one sense of the term, and the fact they're not in the safe lane. Let's see how aggressive they can be against GH. Ice Shards, Wind Run forced. He can cut himself through the trees, but the damage is being dealt. Nice Illuminate there, but GH is gone. Liquid, over-eager, getting to this lane and trying to start things off. Immediate dispatch of Kotl and then Wind Ranger. Things looking a little bit nasty.
Liquid have problem climbing up the high ground. This is the second kill because they are climbing the high ground. They have no vision.
Getting old. The knees are weak. They need one of those...
palms are sweaty.
Mom spaghetti. They need one of those... I don't know if you have the same name, but they're called Stenner chairlift in England, where, you know, old people have the kind of chair elevator that goes up their stairs at home.
Yes.
Yeah, they need one of those. Make sure they can get up the steps nice and safe.
So
Vici, swap the lanes.
They already started swapping. Liquid needs to swap accordingly.
Mind Control. He bought himself boots and swapped out his TP, but at this
He's actually stuck.
Yeah, he may wish that he tried to TP out because he will lose his life, caught between a tree and the igloo. And 11 will be able to deal with this tri-lane up top from Liquid. 2-minute rune's about to spawn. Bottom regen rune for Lanham. A beautiful little thing. It looks like he'll try and pass it off to one of his teammates. As Ori up against Matuma Man. I got confused there for a second because they kind of swapped places. But Matuma Man will be perfectly safe now. A bit of chip damage into the DK, but with level 2 Dragon Blood, not really too much that Kuro and GH can do up against him. So a bit awkward from Liquid, start of the game. 3 deaths, bit of lane swapping going on, and we were looking at these lanes and really thinking Liquid would come out on top very strongly. How much does this disappoint them, and how much does this have an impact on their laning stage going forward?
They have 2 supports who are level 1, which is pretty weak. At least they have a Doom who's level 3, and they have a Satyr, Unholy's Aura, plus a Shockwave. So, oh, Chakra Magic. Let's see the Shockwave.
I mean, look at this nonsense. 7.7 HP regen on Kotl, no Tango, no nothing, no Mangoes. 9 HP regen with a double Mango on Wind Ranger. It's not, like, this is the thing. People think about that Satyr Unholy Aura for the Doom, and sure, he's got 10 HP regen, but if he's in a dual lane or a tri-lane, it is amplified significantly. Chilling Touch is out from Fenrir, but again, like you're saying, nerfed quite significantly. And Paparazzi unable to get in on top of a target just yet, playing defensively back behind that creep wave. And Liquid finally in a position that they feel comfortable in. They've got the laning matchup that they've wanted since the start. Finally, it's working out.
3.5 minutes in, they started to play the tri-lane.
Kuroki, nice snowball there, away from the power shot. Infernal Blade from Miracle, though, might take down Lanham. With a bit of damage from GH and that shockwave from the Doom. Paparazzi, he's going to take a bit of a punishing there from GH's Wind Ranger, but all said and done, things not looking too shabby here for Vici Gaming.
Yeah, mid lane pretty even so far as expected. I saw No-Tail playing Phantom Lancer. I think it was the exact same matchup, where he didn't even skill Spirit Lance. He just went for Doppelganger and Phantom Rush. Top lane, Young 11 can always drag the creep wave between the tower if he feels threatened, or just TP away if he's threatened by Razor Static Link. Razor with Gloves of Haste, that's kind of popular build when you're playing in 1 versus 1 scenario against a melee hero. You just want to suck him the damage so you can easily last hit, get the extra attack speed, and Young 11 just doing the old school things.
Drag the wave across. Backstab coming in from Lanham, though. Still invis. He made a maneuver mid. Kuroki got body blocked there just a little bit, but I don't think he knows. He definitely doesn't. Caught with his pants down. He will drop. Snowball quick in towards Miracle. Damage output. Power shot missing means not good. And Paparazzi slides away from any kind of danger there. And Liquid in this aggressive tri-lane have lost their Kotal a couple of times, and they don't have heroes in position to grab the bounty runes. So 11, oh, mind control, not quite. This might lead to the death of 11, though, up at top lane. As bot, it looks like things have quietened down. Omni Knight still getting whacked about by MC. Level 2 Static Link has stolen a fair amount of damage, and vision giving by that plasma field means that one more hit, one more crack of the whip, MC gets the takedown on 11.
Mind control is so good in 1 versus 1 scenarios. The bottom lane Kotal needs to be careful about his positioning. He should try to stick maybe to the right side where there are more trees. And there's also an observer ward, so he's standing on that observer ward. They should just try to spam, keep them low with power shot and chakra.
Keep that Infernal Blade damage going as well. Dire, Cliff up for that mid-tier 1. DK putting a bit of the punishment on, but they're also keeping their bottom creep wave alive. The catapult's here, and they've got creeps arriving. GH Miracle diving, looking for Paparazzi. Fenrir in trouble. Couple of hits and he will die, but can they make it a double as Paparazzi hiding in the trees cuts through? Power shot will not land, and the Spectre finds a nice avenue of escape. Finally, the bottom lane here for Liquid starting to work out. Tower being pressured, and Spectre no longer has a safe place to farm. Fenrir's TPing in here, and I feel this may be a little over-aggressive. No way of escaping, like you were mentioning in the draft. No escape mechanism. Throws the cold feet in onto GH. Lanham is ready and available with the shards and Snowball. But Miracle's so tanky under this tower. With the Unholy Aura, he's nearly killed off Lanham alone. The power shot with the Hadouken, and Lanham falls. Chilling Touch will come out, but Paparazzi shackled. GH power shot in, the cold feet there. Miracle chasing it and diving. Infernal Blade's ready with a Scorched Earth as well. The Hadouken is also here. If he can get himself up with a stick charge as he can, and Spectre dies. Painful, painful death. Kuroki keeps on going with the Illuminate Blast. Fenrir dies, and Lanham 1v2, the tower helping out. It does get the kill onto Kuro. The tower has died though. Lanham with shards up in 3 seconds time. 2 stick charges gives the wind run to GH and a bit of HP to escape. It looks like the Snowball will finish the job though. Miracle has been gifted a silver platter lined free kill. Oh, maybe
the level 1 value.
Oh, maybe not.
From that Frozen Sigil, one more hit. Alright, plus the Shockwave, more than enough just to finish him. If they played this lane correctly from the start, this 3 versus 3, I think they would just stomp them. They're giving Doom Chakra Magic, and then he's using Shockwave, and 4 seconds after he's using it again.
It's a little bit silly, isn't it? Spamming that old Shockwave out. Illuminate into mid will catch Ori there, but 1400 HP with the Bracer Soul Ring. But Summerman doesn't really have a good way of dealing damage to the Dragon Knight anymore.
Level 8 Razor against level 6 Omni Knight. Look at the CS, 49-17 against 18-4.
Mind Control might pay for it though. Oh, nice TP. Purification. Oh, that was close. That was close to MC escaping. And to be fair, 11 had like 14 CS at 3 minutes or something like that because of the free wave he had. So, in fact, he's had like 6 CS and maybe 3 denies in the past 5 minutes. It's actually quite insane to think about the acceleration decrease in terms of that Omni Knight CS.
Yeah, he went for 1-4-2 build on Razor. Just for the catch, he needs level 1 plasma field if he tries to hide in the tree, so he has a good kill potential, and the purge is gonna hit not more often, but the slow is gonna last longer.
A Miracle solo smoking.
He is level 7.
Alpha Wolf munched up. A mid lane has 2 heroes sitting behind Ori though. Fenrir and Lanham both ready to strike. Smoked Miracle trying to find that fine line between hidden and found. Fenrir and Lanham still very patiently waiting in behind. They'll shards forward after the Dragon Tail onto Matuma Man, but Miracle arrives with the Doom. They catch the DK, and that Infernal Blade damage is absolutely ridiculous. They will chase forward, and the deny is not there. Lanham thought about it and nearly had it. Miracle, though, with the help of GH, finding these snipes with a power shot so very beautifully. We'll look to try and pressure this tier 1 in the mid lane. Matuma Man cutting it a bit close there with the old HP values. But it seems like 11 arriving will be the end of this scuffle as Miracle chased, snowball forward, nothing to catch.
Runes coming up. Mind control, picking up 2. There's going to be 3-1. Also, there's a tome. I think Wind Ranger should be the one getting the tome, if she didn't buy it yet.
Paparazzo has hit level 6. They have the Haunt. That global power is available to them, but you're looking at a 2.8k net worth Spectre with Treads and Wand. No Urn, nothing really to help out in team fights, so it really will have to be the setup from the rest of the team. 11 gets his TP cancelled, turns to fight Miracle, but I don't think this is where you want it to be. That Infernal Blade, that's pretty big, but in comes the Haunt with the Ice Blast as well. Miracle dodges to the left and up to the north. Miracle might be able to survive this, but no, the shards say goodnight. Miracle gets the kill onto Paparazzi before he dies. Goodness gracious
Infernal
me.
Blade damage. Before he dies, also nice dodge. He popped the drums and phase boots just to run to the side. We didn't talk about the Phantom Lancer. He has what? Power Treads. Does he have anything in the chicken? Nope. Power Treads, Aquila. He's just gonna continue to farm the forest, the jungle. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Light will slowly transition into the position 4 right now. He wants to farm that Aghanim Scepter. So Wind Ranger is gonna be that pause 5.
Oh, Kuro just shoves out this lane. I think 11 is trying to go for a wraparound on him. He does find him, walks straight into Kuroki. Does he have enough? One more hit. Ooh, TP back to Fountain, successful there. I guess the other hero that's been a little bit quiet the past couple of minutes has been Mind Control, just taking tier 1, keeping on farming, sitting at just under 5,000 net worth. I think he's got a hood coming out to him, doesn't he? Yeah, full hood for this Razor, ready to fight. Now, Liquid should be prepping themselves for a big engagement coming up soon. Just react to what Vici Gaming are doing. You know that the Haunt is down. This Ice Blast and Tusk combo are the real, bread and butter of what Vici bring to the table. These are the guys that are meant to catch, kill, and enable the rest of your team to find these pickoffs and open up the map for your Spectre, especially. But Liquid aren't giving anything away.
This ward is just scouting Vici Gaming. They can't do anything about it. They placed a sentry and observer ward here, but there's a observer ward on their high ground just scouting their movement.
Yeah, they see Fenrir come back in. And I know that Lanham is just below them with that shards and giving away his position. Paparazzi finished off the Aquila, so it's a slow and steady build-up from him.
Yeah, this Radiance is not gonna come anytime soon. Haunt is still on the cooldown 40 seconds. Man, this spell level 1 feels so useless. They're gonna find him, but not the kill that they're gonna get. No follow-up damage whatsoever. And there's a tower, so they can TP with the Omni Knight, just heal him up. What is that? Level 3 slow?
Mind Control's here, though, with a static link on DK. Ice Blast. Oh, it will connect onto Miracle. Oh, no, it doesn't. He barely gets out of range. Now, Mind Control. He's the one in trouble. Has the hood, pops it up with the one. Try to turn, but this is a 5v1, and Mind Control will die. Took them a while, but he's brought to his knees. But back to that Doom on Spectre. If the dagger hadn't come out in that exact moment, Paparazzi was probably dead to Infernal Blade and Doom. Just the fact that Paparazzi reacted so quickly, got the dagger over the trees and escaped. Beautiful stuff.
There was an Omni Knight who was deeping the tier 2 tower, so I don't think Spectre would die, even if he hit them with the Infernal Blade. Spectre is one of the slowest farmers in the game. You want to fight with Spectre, but you can't really fight when your ulti is on cooldown. Unless they go on you and you reinitiate with let's say, an Omni Knight who's sitting behind you.
Omni Knight 11. Playing his classic style, running at enemies, trying to find any kind of opening. Kuroki calls GH into the top lane. Spotted by that good little Radiant Observer ward, as they do fall back to their tier 1.
It's been a quiet game for a Phantom Lancer. He's still farming the jungle. What is he sitting at? Just 1 Blades of Alacrity, 2 actually. He can buy it, so 1,000 gold away from Diffusal Blade. The timing that they're looking into is get a Diffusal Blade on a Phantom Lancer, Aghanim Scepter on Keeper of the Light, and try to fight.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
GH. Gonna get Ice Blasted and Shards.
In this patch, we can see a lot of actions happening at 2 lanes at the same time. Miracle with Shadowblade picked up. Has Radiance queued up. I'm not sure he's gonna go for it.
Yeah, it seems a very forward-thinking item build. Quite interesting up against the Spectre DK as well, with the Omni Knight behind them. Phantom Lancer closing in on the Diffusal Blade, though, is going to be that big power spike for Liquid, as they'll move towards Aghanim on Kotl. Kuroki's not going to go for the 4-staff build that we used to see from GH so often, as we catch the tail end of 11 dying to that Doom from Miracle.
Because GH is buying 4-staff, so they can have at least 1, and they can afford to go for Aghanim Scepter straight away on Keeper of the Light. He did not have a great laning stage, died a couple of times, which would delay his Aghanim Scepter.
They're trying to set up top again. Oh, mid lane, hello. Paparazzi. Absolutely screwed.
They're going to have all their items. They're going to have the Diffusal Blade, Aghanim Scepter on Keeper of the Light before Spectre gets the Radiance. So they're the timing that they're looking to push enemy high ground.
Where's Vici at now? Still sitting up top. This is the scary thing. You've got a Dragon Knight, and sure enough, you took that tier 1 middle lane quite early on. But the tier 1's top and bottom still standing very strong. And with Liquid gaining a lot of this foothold on the map, a lot of control. Oh, the Sentry Miracle is spotted. The Blink Stun. There we go. Nice little pick off here for Vici Gaming. Simple swipe. And they will bring Miracle down. I don't think there's a chase here for Liquid. No real catch from them to follow through, but at the very least they find the Sentry that spots Miracle out.
Lanham has Shadowblade queued up. I guess he wants to be the Vision. He wants to find Keeper of the Light in the back lines, give enough info for Spectre to use the ulti, and just kill him. Like, you need to think out of the box sometimes. Shadowblade, it feels like one of those pub games where a Tusk is mad because it's not going well for him, and then he decides to go for a carry. Look at me, I'm the carry now.
I am the Lord and Savior of this game. 11 gets saved up by Ori there with a Blink Dragon Tail. Liquid, though, like you're saying, they're hitting their stride. They're getting these item timings up. A hood into Yasha for mind control with that bottle to keep him sustained as he shoves out these waves. But it's not just core heroes, it's these supports as well, both reasonably farmed on GH and Kuroki. 4-staff up on the win range already with that nice little maneuverability item to keep people up and running in team fights, which is probably why Kuro hasn't gone for one himself, relying on GH with that.
I'm having a deja vu, Gary.
What, because the Spectre has nothing?
No, I'm talking about the Aghanim Scepter and the Force Staff on a Wind Ranger.
Yeah.
So there's the what I saw from GH in one of his pub games. He wants to get that meme hammer up.
Yeah, where is the meteor hammer?
Well, still far away from it, but it's queued up. That's what matters. So both AA and Tusk just got level 10. So that's going to be a lot of gold on their side. 60 and 90 GPM talents. Also, they already have one on Omni Knight. They need to get Dragonite to level 20.
Comeback worthy. GPM can definitely swing the dynamic of a game if that gold leads to some big items. But Miracle right now, level 2 Devour has enabled him to get very close to this relic.
I don't think he's going to go for a relic. He has BKB queued up after that. Maybe that's a safer choice.
Finally,
So
that top tower dies.
Oh,
It's taken a while. A good 10 minutes of pushing here and there.
look at Spectre's farm.
Yeah, I keep looking over. It's like 5k, 6k. I mean, what's her GPM sitting at right now? 357, barely ahead of the Omni Knight. It is a rough game, but when Paparazzi does get that Radiance, it could feasibly be the way back into this game. We looked at the previous Spectre with Arteezy on it against a Silver Edge Slark. Is there a Slark equivalent in this game for Liquid? Well, we'll think about it in a second. Kuroki, the Blinding Light. Paparazzi, can he chase forward? It looks like he can with the help of Lanham. And Kuro will take a tumble there. Chasing in onto GH as well. He's got Windrun in a second. Barely scrapes away. Shackle shot forward. Focus fire and power shot with MC arriving. 11 gets baited in pretty hard.
AA has ulti. He's trying to snipe him. Oh, Wind Run. It's going to connect. Oh,
GH God. He knows. He knows. I mean, the thing is, you can see the bubble on the tower, right? Like you see the flicker, because it's an invisible tracking target.
Yeah.
So you see the flicker on the tower, so if he's watching here, he'll see that flicker of the bubble, and he's like, nah, not standing there. But yeah, is there a hero that deals with the Spectre once she gets big? Is Doom that hero?
Yeah, there's a Phantom Lancer. Doom wants to Doom either Dragonite or Omni Knight. So he is going for a Radiance. He bought the Relic. I mean, if you think about it, both of these cores rely on physical damage, but BKB and Repel. Also, you need to turn off the Radiance when you're going for a gank in a Shadow Blade.
Yeah. That's an interesting one. I'm not sure what the thought process is there. Phantom Lancer, though, the other carry in this game. Manta style. Very nearly done on top of that Diffusal Blade.
I improved so much, Gary. I'm always trying to stay positive.
Yeah.
BMA, look...
Bright side of life.
the bright side, yes. Think of the good reasons why they went for the other items.
I mean, Vici Gaming are doing a very good job at staying in this game. I feel like Liquid could feasibly have ramped this up and got 15k net worth lead if they were allowed to have their way. But Ori and 11 have been these really tanky, annoying heroes, just pushing out waves, being unkillable, or if they do die, they're getting a lot more in exchange for their deaths. While this is what I was going to come to in a second. Lanham and Fenrir, they are everywhere on the map, finding pickoffs left and right. Tusk and AA, just so nice in being able to snap kill core heroes, solo kill supports.
They just want to give Spectre the last hit. She's just using ulti to get a last hit on Keeper of the Light. There's no place for Keeper of the Light to actually farm, because there's a Razor in his own jungle. Same goes for Phantom Lancer. So he's out of the base and he's dying a lot. If you look at the gold graph, press gold graph, thank you. Look at how stagnant it is in the past, 6 minutes. And think about it, they have 3 GPM talents, so it means that they're getting out-farmed anyway.
Yeah. But they're staying in it.
Yes.
Bless the GPM talents. And you're looking at Paparazzi now, who is 500 away from Radiance. It is very nearly done. This Spectre needs to be killed by Liquid in the near future, but it looks like they are making waves in the Radiant jungle. Not going to be able to catch on to anyone. Fenrir and 11, with Lanham behind them, feel very strong at dealing with what Liquid throw into the mix. Now, honestly, Liquid, this is such a different game to the first one. Game number 1 was action, fights, non-stop brawling, where Liquid felt that fighting was the way to win. This time around, Matsumaban has done nothing but farm, it feels like.
Yeah, he's involved in 4 kills. Good for him. He's sitting on 0 deaths, though. They're trying to bait the Doom.
Oh, Paparazzi. Oh, the money.
Oh!
Oh, the damage. No! Oh! So close. That really hurts.
He had 50 more than needed, and then he just dies.
That really hurts. They do kill Kuro, but that is nowhere near worth it. They've stopped the Radiance timing, and that's going to be another 35 seconds, plus however long it takes for the Relic to be brought up, which should be another like 5-6 seconds. A couple of creeps should do the trick. Ori with a blink BKB jumps in aggressively, catches Miracle, but with that shackle shot into static link, he is forced to BKB. Mind Control keeps on chasing forward, and with the ice shards there blocking him out, they'll try and catch someone on the sidelines, which is in fact 11. Matsumaban there with Diffusal Blade, Mana Burn being beautiful against the Omni Knight. Very simple takedown.
200 damage on that Razor,
About to
plus,
wear off.
yeah, plus pack leader's aura. They should have slowest deer in the pack aura.
Slowest deer in the pack.
Yeah.
Isn't that just like picking Dazzle?
That's Venge aura.
Oh,
actually.
Ventura, sure, yeah. You're going to be in the middle of all of them and you're going to die, so here's something that makes you feel better about yourself. It's the participation award, right? The participation
Yes.
aura.
Radiant's done.
There we go. Spectre has Haunt as well.
And
Roshan?
he gets Doom immediately.
Oh, where?
When
What?
he picks up Radiance, he gets doomed.
Miracle's going in for this. He's really, really going in for this, but he's on half HP, and this Ice Blast might just finish him. He's in trouble. Cold Feet there, and Matsumaban diving in deep. Does catch the kill. Lanham dead. The chase coming forward, but I think that might be the end of it. Vici Gaming want to continue it. Lanham teeping aggressively onto the tier 2. Shackle shot onto Fenrir with the PL illusions going to work, and Fenrir's dying to the illusions. Oh, the fog from the wrap keeps him alive. Spectral Haunt moving forward though, looking for GH. They'll find Kuroki, and the GA buys time. They can continue this. They can take down Matsu. He's going to try and sprint away with that Phantom Rush, but with the Walrus Punch, Lanham says not today.
Oh man, this Liquid's making so many mistakes.
Radiant's top tower is under
Keeper of the Light died so many times that it delayed their Aghanim Scepter timing. Ideally, it would be between 20, either before 20 or after 24-minute mark when it's daytime. So you want to push and have that effect.
Unfortunately for them, not working out, and Vici Gaming get the D ward over near those Ancients, opening up this Roshan pit for themselves. But yeah, it feels like Miracle believes he's stronger than he is. You know, Doom, sure enough, with Scorched Earth, he's a tanky-ass hero. He's got a lot of damage from the Raddy, from the Infernal Blade. But if he's hit by Ice Blast, he dies very quickly.
Yeah, also the talent, level 10 talent. Plus 10 Scorched Earth heal / damage, not very effective against the AA. You would expect him to go for a move speed against the Ice Vortex, against the slow from Spectre and Omni Knight as well.
So what's the plan for Liquid now?
Yeah, but they need to farm this BKB on Doom because he is their frontliner.
Get BKBs on everyone.
Look at Tusk.
Have they got Ice Blast coming? Or do they need it? I don't think they do, honestly. Razor is here. Trying to TP, but that will be the end of Mind Control. In the meantime, he has bought space for his team to try Roshan. I think Vici Gaming might have some plans of their own about this. Spectre has Haunt in 30 seconds, and Matsumaban has given up on Roshan for now.
They don't have enough damage to go for a Roche. There's Pack Leader's Aura.
Look what Wind Ranger's buying.
Yeah, I told you, man.
It's coming. I just don't believe you sometimes.
You should. So Dragon Knight has Maelstrom to deal with the illusions. Also, it procs against the Wind Run because it's a True Strike. And also against the Mischance from a Radiance. Miracle gets the solo kill on Fenrir. This opens up the Roche for them.
Didn't have to use the Doom either. And he's got BKB. This next fight for Team Liquid with a PL, BK. Oh my, PL has BKB. Wait, hang on. No, that okay.
That's not his BKB.
I know. I just realized. I was like, hang on a second. What I'm saying here doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna stop and reassess the facts. So that is Mind Control's BKB. So they do have Razor and Doom BKBs.
Tumberman is just mad because he fed away a lot of gold with his death, so he stole his BKB. Dragonite soon getting that level 20 talent. The GPM is probably gonna kick in for him as well. So 4 heroes with the GPM talent.
They're getting pushed back very heavily though.
Now it's a nighttime for the next 3 minutes.
Vici's chance to strike, perhaps. Being scouted out by PL Illusions though. 11 in a scary spot. They block off the ramp. Try and make sure Liquid don't have that course of action. They even scan. Dust won't quite land. Miracle, sorry. Making a long run down towards bottom lane. He's looking for Spectre, who does have that haunt. Vici Gaming, do they have a smoke? Are they ready to contest Roshan?
Miracle's not turning off the Radiance when he's haunting with the Shadow Blade.
They just Ice Blasted top lane. They just Ice Blasted top, not Roshan. They Ice Blasted top lane and now Roshan's dead. Vici Gaming have given this up.
Meteor Hammer finished on a Wind Ranger. Sadly for them, it's nighttime. They have all the items that they wanted. Phantom Lancer with the Hearth, with the Aegis, BKB on Doom, and BKB on the Razor. So they want to go for a high ground, but I guess they're just going to wait for the daytime. Like, otherwise, you have a hero who's pretty useless.
That was pretty close there. GH used the focus fire to pop Lincolns as the TP was ending, but I don't think Miracle felt comfortable throwing a Doom in to try and stop that
Okay,
TP,
he's gonna find him now.
Paparazzi, hasn't he? Oh, dearie me. Spectre hiding away in the trees with Radiance turned off, and now unfortunately brought to her knees as Miracle finds a very nice, simple solo kill. And meanwhile, mid lane, hello, Mr. Matumba Man with that Aegis of the Immortal, Heart Tarask, trying to go to work here. He is hit by the Ice Blast, and he's getting tickled down. Doppelganger in 2 seconds' time, Manta Style to buy time, and Matu's going to be able to escape from this, isn't he? Shackle Shot lashes onto 2. Mind Control and GH come on forward with the drain of that DPS, and MC Razor cracks the whip onto Lanham. Dead for 60, Spectre alive in 40, but with buyback available, the trouble is high ground's being pressured by Liquid.
They lost the gem. 50 seconds until the daytime.
I don't think Liquid stop here. They're pinging out. Kuroki's brought Miracle in. He's got BKB, but they jump forward now. Ice Blast in onto 3. They'll catch a kill onto Kuroki, and Ori's BKB will come to an end. But there's the buyback from the Kotl. They know that their timing is here. The day is about to arrive, and they want the Nightman to die. And they take the tier 3, and Matuma Man, not a fear in the world. Aegis for another 3 minutes with that heart going. He feels pretty safe pushing up onto tier 3 and high ground. They'll slow it down a touch, though, as the Kotl returns to the scene of the crime, and he can bring people back from the fountain as MC goes home. Regen's back up, and you know what? Kotl says, come here, buddy. We're going to go push bottom lane.
And good morning. It's daytime. I don't know why it's delayed. Like, it doesn't...
It came back. It's a bug.
It's a bug?
It's the same with, like, the creep delay as well. But they fixed it for a while, and it only came back in the past week or 2, I want to say. Maybe the past 3 or 4 days, even. But there's, like, that 2 or 3 second delay where you're like, hang on a second. Why isn't it daytime yet? Oh, Fenrir. Oh dear. Good snowball. Buys a bit of time, but I think Matuma Man has this kill. No. 11. Keeps him up and running. That's Ice Blast and Repel down, though, for a decent amount of time. Spectre still with a Haunt. Has a Manta Style now, but here's GH with that Meteor Hammer onto the tier 3. And Liquid looking very, very dominant. They jump Matuma Man. He's still got the Aegis, though, so the target they've chosen, not one they can kill, but maybe one that they can toss around a little bit in these team fights. The trouble is Mind Control arrives now that the disables are down, and Razor drains a good 100 damage or so. Snowball in, tries to grab on, but the Shadow Blade out will bring Lanham to safety. Liquid have this Rax locked down. I don't think that Vici Gaming can do too much. They're just buying time for Spectre to try and shove out top wave, and maybe they defend middle lane.
Not sure they can. There's still daytime for the next 2.5 minutes. Aegis still ready.
Meteor Hammer going to work. Who's this court? 11 in the mix of things, but Ori has jumped in aggressively. GH very close to death. Not quite gone, but the Spectre Horn's in. There's one looking for two. Kuroki nearly dropping, but the Doom. He's caught the real one. He's got the Spectre. And Paparazzi dead, dead, dead. For 80 seconds. Matuma Man he's in the middle of everyone. Matuma Man is 1v3ing everyone else and forcing them back to Fountain while now his team returns. They've killed Spectre, they've dealt with her, and they can focus the barracks. Mind Control doesn't care about a Lanham Tusk. He doesn't care about a snowballing little man coming into him. He's a Razor.
Paparazzi does not have a buyback. 60 gold away from a buyback on a Spectre.
And this might be a quick 2-0. Liquid looking dominant in this series up against Vici Gaming. And this could be the end of the ESL One Major for the Chinese squad. They will bring down the Aegis of Matuma Man. It was about to expire anyway in 25 seconds, so Matu pretty damn happy about that. He's going to look for tier 3s. Mr. Ori, Mr. Cat, what are you up to? Jumping in aggressively, Matu is clipped by the Ice Blast and the heart will be disabled, but Ori dead. Buyback immediately. They need to do something, but the question is always, how can they do something? Liquid are so tanky, so strong, and again, we come back to that talking point about the Ancient Apparition. You've talked about what the hero does in dual lanes, what the hero does in team fights. We've talked about the hero against Slark as a counter, but it's such an all-or-nothing hero when you need Ice Blast, when you need this ability to win a team fight for you, and it doesn't land. The heroes you're against are so strong. Miracle BKBs. Matuma Man charges forward. Ori is here with no ulti form, no BKB, and he's shackled up to the Spectre. Miracle runs away, and GH Meteor Hammer not quite gonna land.
That's a chewing gum effect.
What's the chewing gum effect?
Did you see that shackle into blinding light?
Oh,
stretches them.
The mozzarella effect. That's what I go for. They do punch up Miracle, and I think he will lose his life here, but Liquid, they are in. Spectre, jumping around with the haunts, targets out Kotl, brings him down as Paparazzi jumps and jumps and jumps, not quite sure where he wants to go, but the buyback from Doom looking to close this one out. Ori dead without a buyback, and this looks like it might just be game.
They're buying back, still 100 seconds for a Dragonite.
Spectre, how much damage can you do with Dispersion with Manta style? Matuma Man is absolutely shredding them. The PL is countering Paparazzi, and Fenrir doesn't have a leg to stand on. In fact, he doesn't have any legs or any feet to stand on, as we discussed earlier. He is an ice cream cone running around. Headless Chicken, Mind Control and Matsu, they are low, and this could be an opportunity. But again, the Doom onto Spectre. Miracles here, takes out Omni, dead without buyback. It looks like the Spectre might follow immediately after as well. The Doom is about to expire, but she's gone, has a buyback though. The Lanham, not so lucky, will fall for 80 seconds, and GG is called. The tournament's over for Vici Gaming.
They were playing 2 more minutes than needed. They were just defending the base. That's what the game of the name of the game is, right? I don't think Vici Gaming picks accordingly to this patch. They did tri-lanes in both of their games, and it's not very effective. You have, if Liquid played their tri-lane from the start, the way they wanted, 1 versus 1, Omni against the Razor, 1 versus 1 mid, and their tri-lane on the bottom lane, I don't think this game should have lasted this long. If they played it correctly. If Aghanim Scepter on Keeper of the Light came a couple more minutes earlier, it would have been so much easier game. I also don't feel Spectre in this patch.
Yeah, it feels like she has those games where, you know, someone like Mushi brings it to the table, and it is that kind of special game, like we saw from the Anti-Mage earlier, where it just kind of wins automatically. But if you have any kind of hardships, or if you struggle a little bit here or there, it really does feel lackluster. But like you're saying, I think, you know, if Liquid had the perfect laning setup from start to finish, this game's over in 25 minutes. Vici Gaming did their best in a bad situation to make the most of it, but it was never enough.
I gotta give credit to Mind Control. I just love that guy. The way he itemizes is beyond. He always builds what his team needs. His items, I don't remember seeing him making a bad item. Maybe I'm just thinking the way he's thinking about the items in general, but his itemization is above other people.
Well, that's that for that series. We've got one more best of 3 remaining, the final elimination match for today. Newbie against LFY, the battle for China, as we get ourselves to a close for day number 1 of the ESL One Birmingham Major. It's been an interesting day. We've had upsets, we've had interesting series, and I can't wait for the next one. Newbie, LFY coming up in just a little bit.